Parents and students, I wanted to give you a quick overview of our grading in 8th grade and 7th and 6th grade middle school algebra classes. Um, we're going to be focusing on a standards-based grading philosophy, and really all that means is we want to be clearly communicating what are the skills and ideas that your student does know or needs to continue working on or has not shown any understanding of those current ideas or concepts. We want to be able to use that to predict how they'll do on future tests and in their future classes as well. And more than anything else, we want our students to become good thinkers and also communicators of what they already know. You're going to be seeing in our grade book these score values, A, B, C, and N. These percent scores are going to be connected with each of those, and what each of those mean. If a student is demonstrating A-level material, they are showing and clearly communicating that they understand that given concept or learning target, as you'll see referenced in a lot of our materials. B-level means that they have some room for growth either in the application of the skill or in their understanding, as we're seeing in their explanations of what they've done. C level means that we're seeing those skills present that we've been learning in class, but their application and understanding of those skills is still not correct, so they need to continue working or getting some help from their teacher or other classmates if they feel more comfortable asking them. And N, if you see N as a score, that means that we're not seeing any evidence at this point of those skills in what we've seen from the student. So here's an example of some questions that students were given on a formative assessment a week or so ago. And these first three, actually these first two, we used as teachers to determine where students fall as far as their ability to approximate square root values. And then this last one here for target 1.2 is referencing the idea and concept of the Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to see some examples of student work, and each student on their grade, this is referencing target 1.1, which was on approximating square roots. This was target 1.2 on the Pythagorean theorem, and then we gave students these values on their paper and then often are making notes or comments to help them see where they could improve. And again, those are summarized over here, and we have actually gone through this same format with students, so we're just kind of communicating that home with you as well. Here's an example of some A-level work. This student is talking about the square root of 57 and that it's between 7 and 8, and also talking about a square root being for a square number of 25 coming in at 5 for a square root here. And then we see on the Pythagorean theorem clearly showing the numbers that are related to each of those side lengths and where they're going from there. Here's an example of some B-level skills. This student took the area of a square, and instead of doing a square root, they squared that number. So going in the wrong direction, but we're still seeing that they're doing the right idea, and then this same learning target is assessed up here, and we're seeing a better idea of their understanding. So getting it right on the first question, making a concept or application mistake on the second question, getting them to a B level. B and C level, so this person getting some of the right ideas, not showing where that's coming from, and then here again just a number, not communicating where that's coming from. So as teachers, we don't know if they got lucky with picking their favorite number or if they actually did a square root to get to that point. And then this person, we're seeing the skills present, but not kind of wrapping that up or talking about what does their answer mean. And in this case, not taking a square root of 100 to get to that final answer. Here we see like the skills are present. We had a small computation error here, but then after that, also making a correct conclusion here by taking a square root of that number. So we count this as a B level where they're just making one small mistake as they're going through it. Here's one that's not demonstrating any of the skills up to this point. So the student was supposed to be using the Pythagorean theorem, and instead they multiplied two numbers together to get 30 and said that was their answer. So as teachers, we would rate this as an N, saying that they're not demonstrating yet any of the skills we've been learning on the Pythagorean theorem. If you are seeing these in the gradebook and want to know where to go from that, What I would suggest for my classroom, Googling Mr. Schwen, and it's going to be the top result. And all of my students have been doing this in class. Other teachers might have similar ways or places to get to here, but I have my kids clicking on the course contents page, and we're in Unit 1, so all of our learning targets are going to be 1 point something, and it's often going to be highlighted. So clicking on this, they'll need their AH Schools account to log in. You won't be able to see this with your own Google account. And let's say we're having some trouble in target 1.1, which is on approximating square roots. Anything marked in here with this play symbol is going to be an instructional video that can help with that. This would be some worksheets that we've gotten in class. This would be electronic practice that they could do. And if they click on any of those electronic practice items, it's going to give them some problems they can do. They could try typing in an answer. So if they said between 10 and 11 is their answer on this, says that it's correct, gives them some more problems. So let's say they thought the square root of 25 was 12.5, a common mistake. They get it wrong and they've got a worked out solution. So they have all kinds of practice in here they can be doing. They have videos, so you're looking for the learning target number, and then sometimes we're doing that over multiple days. So there's going to be multiple things that they can be doing in here as practice, or things that they can be working on improving those scores. Please let me know if you have any questions. If you're getting this video, you probably got an email from me and should have my email address. Hoping to have a great year. Kids are working really hard at the beginning here, and that's great. We just want to continue that and make sure that you understand what we're trying to do in the classroom, and help me to know how to support you as well and what's going on at home. Thanks for listening to this point, and have a great day.